Hi guys. If this is the third time you've seen me with this sweater, it's because I'm filming all in the same day. Don't say anything. No, I don't wear the same clothes in the same day. If you see me in this sweater and you're wondering why, it's because I'm filming the video on the same day. No, I'm not wearing the same clothes every day. Like, I'm not dirty. I wash my clothes. But yeah, I'm just filming in one day because it's easier, y'all. I don't need to. That's extra work. And most people do, especially with TikToks. But today we're going to be talking about how friendships can be almost, not fully as fulfilling, but they can be almost just as fulfilling as romantic relationships. Now, do I think they're more important? No. Because obviously, you get married to your partner, and you can get married to your best friend. But the thing is I just genuinely, in kind of the way that it works in society, but we're not going to get into that. That's just, But this is kind of like advice slash, and as I said, I don't really like giving advice because I'm still young, and my opinions may change when I get older and I'm not really as experienced, but I just want to talk and kind of discuss how I feel that people, one, we already know, and I always talk about how I feel like romantic relationships are going to kind of be also included in my videos. I don't really want to give romantic advice to people because I feel like there's already so much online and there's a lot of nonsense too. And I will make a video on that as well. But there's just a lot of nonsense. There's a lot of things that just don't, there's just like a lot. And so I don't really want to give advice literally on relationships. I will give advice on things that also do have to do with relationships. But I feel like I will, because kind of just, people kind of need it. And obviously, you don't have to agree with me. If you don't agree with me, then that's your opinion. That's just your opinion. I can't do anything. But they don't make that disclude you from watching my other videos, because you might find something that you do agree with me on. But as I'm saying, let's get into it. So I do feel that I don't feel like a lot of people have close friends like that. I've had really close friends that I honestly, and I do still have, and I've had in the past, people that I genuinely thought were my soulmate. Like, I loved these people, genuinely. Like, I literally loved these people. And, things happen, obviously. And I still have friends like that. But I feel like it's not as common, especially once you get older, especially since people are married, people have kids, people are busy as adults. We don't have time like we used to, because when we were a kid, it's just school. Now people have work. Some people have 2 jobs. People have kids. People have relationships. And it's just a lot. But one thing that I do feel like, when you're single, I feel like so many people, not everybody, but some people are like, I need to get back into a relationship. I'm constantly searching for a relationship. But why don't you try having friends first? I feel like friends are easier to make in a sense, because obviously you don't only have one friend. Most people don't only have one friend. Some, maybe you only have one genuine friend, but I'm trying to say, like, obviously, unless you're like, is it polyamorous, you're gonna, like, I'm trying to say, have one partner. So, and the thing is, I feel like people don't realize you can find a friend. Like, I've had friends like that. I know other people have had friends like that, obviously. So, and I feel like a lot of people don't have friends where, especially as like adults, where you call them every day, you text them every day, or you just, like, I feel like it's not, like, I don't understand why people don't. I'm trying to say, you can have a friend like that. You can have a friend that you're close to. And, I'm not with men specifically, and that's why I kind of talk more about women, because I'm a woman, And you could even find friends, like, I wouldn't mind, like, cuddling with my friend. Not, like, too much, I'm trying to say. But just maybe even, like, but people that you can get close with. I'm trying to say. Maybe not if you're in a relationship, because I don't know how your partner may not want that, either way. But I'm just trying to say, the friends that you are really close to, like, intimately close to, not in a, like, physical way, but intimate is, like, I can trust this person. I know this person has my back. I know that this person is always looking out for me. You can go on friend dates with these people. Like, you do not need to have a boyfriend or a girlfriend or a partner to, I'm trying to say, enjoy your life. Like, you can go get a friend. Obviously, as I want to, like, kind of bring up, and I'm probably going to bring this up in a lot of my videos, every relationship has the same foundation. No matter if it's a relationship with yourself, your parents, your friends, your boyfriend, whoever it is, there's always going to be that friendship block at the bottom of all of them. Because to have any relationship, you kind of have to be friends with that person. At least have a good one. Obviously, everyone knows parents are like, I'm not one of your little friends and all this and that, which is weird. And I would never tell my kids that when I do have them. I don't have kids. But when I have kids, I'm never gonna tell them that. Like, yes, I am your friend. I should be one of your best friends. Like, I want my kids to feel comfortable to come talk to me about stuff. And then when their kids get older and they're like, why don't you talk to me anymore? I thought I'm not one of your friends. Like, So obviously with your romantic partner, you're gonna have that friendship lock, and you're gonna have the intimate kind of like, somebody you're close to, somebody you can trust, all of that. Maybe you don't have that because maybe you're just in a casual relationship. I don't know. But obviously you're going to have that like physically intimate block with like kissing, all of the good stuff. Obviously you're not going to have that with your friend. I don't know why. Ooh. Anyways, obviously with your friend, with the best friend, you could just have like that friend block and then that intimate friend block. Somebody, and like I said, like it can be just as fulfilling. And I just don't know why people don't want to have good friends. And I just, I don't really see a lot of people who have good friends. I feel like maybe they do, but people don't really talk about them as much. And I feel like we should be prioritizing friendships more, because I feel like people prioritize romantic relationships so much to the point where people feel like their life is incomplete if they don't have a romantic relationship, which is literally not true, And another thing is if you're not happy alone, I promise you're not going to be happy in a relationship. Like, you can still be happy, and I promise you, obviously, if you love somebody, that person's gonna make you happy. Like, looking at them, being with them will make you happy. But at the end of the day, you still have emptiness inside of you. I'm trying to say that you have to fill up by yourself. And that's gonna be a whole self-love video, obviously. And even with the relationship with yourself, you have to have a friendship with yourself as well. And I feel like the relationship with yourself can be, because it's all, like, you friendship with yourself, you can also be physically intimate with yourself, if you know what I mean. And then you can also be your own parent to yourself. Obviously, with the parents, friendship, and the parent, obviously, because you have to financially support them. You have to emotionally support them and make sure that they're moving their life in the right direction, And as yourself, especially when you become an adult, you're responsible for yourself. You need to make sure that you're financially responsible and you're, right with your finances. You also have to make sure that you're making the right life decisions and doing things that are good for you. You know what I'm trying to say? But back to the whole friendship part. As I said, literally there's only one kind of difference between the romantic relationship and the friendship one. Like, I don't understand. So it's just like, I'm just kind of talking to people. If you have never had a friendship like that, and it is hard to find friends, and obviously I'm not advising finding any friends quickly off the bat, because people are weird. And even with romantic relationships, I feel like I'm not gonna tell you, 3-month rule, this, that, do what you feel. But I just never think it's a good idea to rush into any relationship with anybody, because you don't know them. You literally do not know that person, so you don't know what you're getting into. Even after a year of knowing people, there's still things that you really don't know. And sometimes people find surprises in people, so yeah, that's basically all that I wanted to say for today. I hope everybody has a lovely rest of their day. Bye, y'all.